Dr. Savita Kerkar is a German language expert working in this field for more than 36 years. She has completed MA, MEd and PhD in German language from Savitribai Phule, Pune University. During her long tenure in the German language field, Savita Tai has shouldered various responsibilities which include her long association with DES Society as supervisor, Ferguson College Pune Assistant Secretary of Junior College, and in management as Prabandhak. Also, Savita Tai is the representative for West Zone in the Indo-German Teachers Association. Savita Tai has been organizing students' exchange programs with schools in Germany and study tours to Europe with a family stay and visiting schools in Germany for the past 26 years. She has taken total 34 groups to Germany and Europe. She likes to work with students. Today, Savita Tai will guide us on the various options for learning German language, career opportunities available in this field. Let's now hear from Savita Tai.
In fact, many changes took place after the pandemic, especially after the pandemic, because as a language trainer or teacher, whatever we used to do only in the class. But during the pandemic, we had to explore other areas and we started teaching online. And because of online, many fields also came up. So a person sitting in India also can work for a company in Germany. So there were many changes which took place and we started working remotely. And in the beginning, we were scared whether this will be very successful. But after 2 years, we realized that it is possible. And because of that, many more avenues were open to everybody. There are ample of opportunities. And for example, I'm working as a teacher, but there are many opportunities like one can work as a translator or interpreter. Now, to become an interpreter, you need extra skills, but there is a great demand. You can also work in customer care services, like you are sitting in India and somebody has questions in Germany and you sit here and tackle those questions. You can also work in hospitality manager. You can work as human resources specialist. You can work also as flight attendant. You must have observed that somebody is going by a flight and then you announce that, okay, she can speak these languages or he can speak these languages. So as many languages as possible is always advantageous to work as a flight attendant. Then of course, teaching is very noble profession, and then become a teacher is also a very good field. You can work as a writer, as a journalist, as healthcare professional, and there are many more opportunities coming up in new fields if you know a foreign language. It can be any foreign language for that matter, and foreign language can be also other Indian languages which are sort of foreign to me, right? But if you ask me, then I think German has a lot of scope for the simple reason that we started German in 1914, and in fact 2014 we celebrated 100 years of German. So we have a long legacy of this language, and it is very sort of similar or parallel to our languages like Marathi, Sanskrit and other Indian languages. And there are many companies in and around Pune or in India. So if you know German, it is definitely added advantage for you. So I will definitely recommend German as the most popular language in India. When you learn German, you can start in school or you can also learn in different colleges. You can do in 11th and 12th, and actually you can specialize in German. There are 3 colleges where you can specialize in German. That is Ferguson College and Modern College and SP College, where you do BA with German. And then you can go to the university and do MA with German, so you can specialize. At the same time, you can also learn German at Max Müller Bhavan. Max Müller Bhavan is a recognized institute, and if you go to Germany and you want to study further, then you have to have minimum B1 level of German, and those certification is internationally recognized. So whether you go to Austria or Switzerland or Germany or any European country, because as we know now it's a European Union, and for that Max Miller Bhavan certificate, that is Goethe Institute certification, is recognized. And for the fees and other things, you can also visit their website. And Max Miller Bhavan is situated at the Boat Club Road, and it is online and offline available. There are also many other institutes where German is taught, but as I said that if you want to specialize, then these are three colleges, and MA if you want to do, then you can do at the Ranade Institute, that is Pune University, SPPU. And if one wants to do in translation, interpretation, then you will have to go to JNU, Delhi, So there's a lot of scope for the further studies there. So there are different levels at Max Miller Bhavan. Like you start with A1, which is a beginner's level, then you do A2, then you have B1, then you have B2-1 and B2-2, and then you can do C1 and C2. As you do the courses further, of course, you can master the language. And like I did, I did simultaneously, I learned German at SP College, and simultaneously I did Max Miller's courses. It is always beneficial if you can learn language at college as well as at Max Miller Bhavan. Yeah, as an Indian student, I think German is easier to learn for the simple reason that you can draw many parallels in German and our languages like Sanskrit or Marathi or Hindi or Gujarati for that matter. The grammar is also similar, and there are different cases, like you have Prathama, Dvitiya, like that. We also have dative, accusative cases. Then possessive pronoun, what we have in German and what we have in Marathi or Hindi, there are many, many parallels. Then we also decline the verbs. So I think it becomes very easy to learn German. And secondly, we pronounce the words clearly. Like if you learn French, then French is a very soft language and all the words are not pronounced. Whereas if you look at German, like Marathi or Hindi, it is pronounced the way it is written. So I think learning German becomes easy for our students who know any vernacular language. And there is a lot of scope because, as already I have told you, there are many, many career opportunities. So learning German is always beneficial as a student. Actually, a child can start as early as possible. Like there have been experimentation done, and the research says that even you can start with the age of 3 or 4 or 5. Many IB schools, they offer Spanish or German or French, and it's in the beginning like hobby course or hobby class, and afterwards they continue learning that language. So you can actually start as early as possible, but there should be some consistency. And then you have to also find out whether the child likes it. It should not be made compulsory because parents want them to learn, but children should enjoy. So for that, you have to have a very good teacher, who takes interest in the students, and each student is treated differently. Then, it enhances the interest, and then the students can learn much better. So you can start as early as possible. There is no problem. Usually in our SSC schools, what we are doing is we are starting German or French in the 8th standard. So 8th, 9th and 10th, they learn German or French. In Pune, most of the schools have German, whereas in Mumbai, most of the schools have French. And 11th and 12th, many colleges, junior colleges offer German or French. And the added advantage is that if you have learnt German in 8th, 9th and 10th, then 11th and 12th, suppose you are doing PCMB or you have other subjects to study, then you have added advantage because you know a bit of that language, and so you continue learning. So learning a language, you can start as early as possible, and you can start in Pune from 8th, and in 11th, 12th, many colleges offer German here in Pune. Actually, it varies from field to field, and whether you are working as full-timer, part-timer, whether you are working as freelancer, then if you go in the industry, then comparatively industry pays much more. Then again, if you're working for a German company, then again if you're earning in euro, then it will be much more. Then it depends whether you are working in IT firm and you are working as IT engineer plus German. So it depends what kind of combination you have, what kind of speciality you have. And if you're working as a teacher, then are you working a full-timer or a part-timer? Whether it's a private school or public school or government aided, so it really changes according to the level and where you're teaching or maybe you're working. Yes, a student can work as freelancer. He can work as part-timer. I mean, I would like to share my experience. When I was specializing in German and I wanted to become a teacher, I started taking tuitions, and that time actually each student paid me 20 rupees, and there were 20 students who were coming to learn German from me. I was just doing SYBA, but they trusted me, their parents trusted me, and the added advantage I got was that I got confidence. And then I thought, okay, if I want to become a teacher, then this is a very noble profession. So a student can try different jobs in different companies, and a student can work as freelancer. And I think it is very, very necessary that a student start working, because then it gives you idea where you stand and whether you can earn something. Earning money is very, very important because one has to ultimately become self-sufficient. As a translator, earlier there were many opportunities offered, but now, as we know, due to Google Translator or Chat GPT or neurolinguistic programs, these are becoming lesser and lesser. So if you want to work, then you have to have other skills. For example, you are working in a company and there is a customer he has some problems with the products of your company. Then he asks you in English, then you translate that and give it to your German company. Then the German company will work on it, find a solution, and then give you the full solution in German. And then again you translate it in English and give it to the customer. So customer care services, there are many opportunities available, but it is not mere translation, because if you're doing translation, then you can use your own pace and work. Here it depends on what kind of customers you have and what kind of questions or problems they are facing. So I feel that not only a language is necessary, but with that you have to have other skills. Like if you have a combination, say you have economics and German, psychology and German, or maybe engineering and German, and maybe you have done law and German. So that is always added advantage if you have profession and plus German where you have mastered the language. It will be definitely beneficial for you, and there'll be enough jobs for you. Of course, if you are working as a legal translator, or if you're doing documents for that, then you have to have special skills, because if you are using a language, then our day-to-day life we use simple language, whereas this professional language or legal language is different. And for that, there is a diploma course at the University of Pune or JNU, there is a course, or Max Müller Bhavan also, you have Berufsdeutsch, that is professional German. So if you want to choose career in this, then you have to have extra skill, you have to do extra courses in that so that you can do that job well. So only doing BA or MA is not enough, but you have to have a professional diploma or that qualification. Learning a foreign language is always advantageous. For example, I can tell you that I've been conducting exchange programs for many years, and when my students go to Germany and stay with a family for a month, or German students come here and stay with a family, then you get to know how they are, what are their manners, then what is their culture, what they eat, how they behave. So it helps you to understand a German person. Similarly, if you go to Germany and do a course and stay in families, then it is always advantageous, because then you get a chance to learn the local language, and at the same time you are getting a chance to stay with families. So always, if you get a chance to go, if you get a scholarship or exchange program or such courses which are offered by few people, just see to it that you do it, because that will be, of course, advantageous for you. The disadvantages can be that, see, language, when we learn a language and if you don't use it, it's very easy to forget. So if you look at the Max Muller courses certification, they say it's valid only for 6 months. And if you want to do the next course after 6 months, you have to again give an entrance exam. For what? Because if you're not using the language, slowly you start forgetting it. So the disadvantage is that you have to always remain in touch with the language, you have to refresh the language. Even here we say that language changes. Every day the language is changing, even our Marathi. So similarly, German is also changing. So we have to keep on updating ourselves and then we will not have any problems. But if I say, oh, 30 years, 40 years, I have learned German and then I don't need to refresh my knowledge, then that will be disadvantages. I would like to share my experience. I've been teaching German for the past 39 years and every day I feel very happy and I feel very proud that I'm a teacher. Last year, I got Order of Merit by the German government. That is like what we say Padma Shri in Marathi. And I received that because I have been doing exchange programs for the many years. And also I taught to visually impaired students. I have many students who are visually impaired. And then I thought that, oh, they also should get a chance to learn German because we all believe in inclusive education, right? So they all learned German very well. And so I think after 39 years being as a teacher today, even today, I feel that I would like to continue being a teacher. And there's a lot of scope for German language. Only thing is, if you know German, then you should also know your languages. Like if I am from Maharashtra, I should master Marathi and of course Hindi, English. So as many languages as possible, but also you should feel proud of your country, your language, your mother tongue. Only then it's possible to learn a new language. If you try to follow blindly the other cultures and languages, then you will not succeed because then you will not understand what is advantages and what is disadvantages. So be proud to be an Indian, trust yourself, love your mother tongue, your languages, and of course learn a foreign language which will give you better opportunities. You can learn German and master it and you will have wonderful career in German.